just me, or does it feel like these days deodorant's getting very expensive? I went to my local store to pick up a stick of deodorant, and they were gonna charge me $18 for a stick of native deodorant. I thought, okay, maybe it's just the actual store, and CVS, where I was purchasing it from, tends to be expensive. So I said, okay, well, what if I just go directly to the website and purchase it from them? They wanted to charge $14, so not much better. Now, the cynical part of me is just thinking, yeah, okay, native deodorant is owned by Procter & Gamble, as are all the other deodorant brands. So maybe they just realized we all need deodorant, so they can just jack up the price. I don't know if that's true, but it did have me asking, is it possible just for me to make my own deodorant? And the answer turns out, actually, yeah, it's actually apparently very easy. Now, initially, I was very skeptical. I was thinking, there's no way that a homemade deodorant's actually going to work. Well, a couple months ago, I actually decided to make a stick of my own, and I've been using it daily, and I'm actually quite satisfied with how well it's worked. I've even gone and asked my friends if I smell. Now, the thing is, my friends are really nice, so they probably would tell me the truth, but the benefit is you don't actually have to trust my friends' judgment here, because actually the ingredients to make deodorant yourself are actually very easy, and you probably have most of them at your house right now. All right, let's get into it. But before we do, I just want to quickly shout out my book. In case you're interested in this type of content where it's just really trying to figure out how to make stuff from scratch and doing stuff yourself, you should definitely check out my book, Flavor Lab Creations, which is a book all about drinks. It's about how things like Coca-Cola are made from scratch, but it also focuses a lot on science. The original publisher actually went out of business, but at the end of the day, I now am able to sell this directly to you guys and sell it at a lot cheaper than they were selling it. So let's get back to the video. So when I started on this quest, I actually found quite a few recipes online for making your own deodorant. My question was, how does this actually compare to the deodorant I'm already using as far as ingredients? So the deodorant that I use is known as native, and they basically say that they've used more natural ingredients. So I actually went and looked at the actual ingredients list for a stick of the deodorant that I was currently using. Now, if I actually look at the back of this, there's a lot of ingredients here that sound really complicated. And it turns out that most of these things are processed versions of things that we actually have easy access to. So for example, this main ingredient here, the top one, papric triglyceride, turns out just to be a really refined version of coconut oil. So essentially, really, this is just coconut oil. If we actually look at these ingredients, it turns out really there's kind of 4 or 5 things that are actually important. One is we need kind of a fat that basically will help hydrate the skin and will also be able to carry the scent molecules and kind of just act as the base for the entire deodorant. And in this case, we're gonna be using coconut oil because it's pretty easy to find. One thing to note is that for my initial batch, I used this unrefined coconut oil, which meant that it had a little bit of a coconut scent to it, which you may or may not like. Initially, I didn't like it, but then I kind of grew to like it. However, if you're not really into that, you can find refined coconut oil, which basically is steamed and then basically the scent is kind of, so it's more of a neutral scent. The next thing we need is a stabilizer, which will basically keep it stable at room temperature. And that's the rice bran wax and also the sterile behananate. And for my deodorant, I ended up using this beeswax. The beeswax that I have here is actually kind of a yellow-orange color, which is basically going to give the color to the whole thing. So my deodorant has just kind of a different color than what you might find, like the dull gray that you find from a normal native stick of deodorant. The next thing that we need is the actual medicine, or the thing that actually deodorant does. And now the way that deodorant apparently works is it actually just raises the pH of the skin in your underarm. And basically this makes it kind of hostile for bacteria. It makes it difficult for bacteria to grow. So we need something that's actually just going to raise the pH. In the case of this deodorant, they're using magnesium hydroxide, but we can do the exact same thing using sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda. So I'm going to be using magnesium hydroxide, although as I said, I'm pretty sure you could just be able to use baking soda, and a lot of people do, and it seems to work for them. The next thing that we need is a starch, and essentially this is going to give the deodorant a little bit of a body, but also it's going to help absorb moisture that kind of accumulates under your armpits. For our starch, I'm going to be just using cornstarch. I've had no problems with this, although you can also use tapioca starch, and that's what they actually use in native. And then the last thing that we need is our actual fragrance. So we just need to be able to add the scent that we want it to smell. I mean, if you want to do that, you don't actually need to. And so for that, you can actually make a pretty decent smelling fragrance using just a pack of essential oils that you may have. And just basically from 2 or 3 of these, you can actually make something that smells quite complicated. And then the actual last thing that we really need is actually something to put our deodorant into. So for me in my original batch, I actually used my old stick of deodorant and then I just filled it in that. But yeah, I just basically used the container from my old deodorant. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want to start from scratch, you can actually pick up a pack of these kind of dispensers. I was able to get a pack of 5 of them for about $10. And with that, basically, we have all of the ingredients to actually make a deodorant. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so when making deodorant, we basically have 2 kind of parts. One is the kind of powdery part, and one is the kind of fat and oily part. So starting with the powders, just to get them out of the way, the first thing that we're gonna need to do is measure out our starch. So in this case, I'm gonna measure out about 20 grams of cornstarch. So once we have our starch, the next thing that we need to do is actually add our basic agent, or our agent that's gonna make the pH a little bit higher. And so as I said before, in my case, I'm gonna be using magnesium hydroxide. And so for this, we need 25 grams of magnesium hydroxide. And basically that's it. Those are the two powders, and we're just gonna put this off to the side. We need next to measure what we're gonna melt first. And I'm actually gonna put this in the jar that we're gonna melt everything in. First thing that we're gonna add is the beeswax. And in this case, I'm adding about 9 grams, although you can add up to about 15 grams of beeswax. And this is basically gonna control how stable or hard the actual deodorant is. Next, we need to add our coconut oil, and that's again kind of the base of everything. And for this, we need about 40 grams. And by the way, whatever container you use for this is going to be covered in a mixture of coconut oil and beeswax, and it's very difficult to remove. So preferably you want to do this in a container that you don't really mind if you're not going to use it for anything else besides making deodorant. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to now need to heat this up. So to do that, I'm just going to get a pan and I'm going to fill it with some water, and I'm just going to heat that up. And then we're just going to place our beeswax and coconut oil mixture directly into this. And essentially all we need to do is heat this up until it becomes melted. And for me, this took about 5 minutes. And what you should notice is that the coconut oil melts perfectly fine very quickly. The beeswax, however, is a little bit more stubborn. And I definitely made my life a little bit more difficult by not kind of cutting this up into smaller pieces. So I had this chunk that just took a long time to actually dissolve. So if you want to make your life easier, I would recommend cutting up that little block of beeswax into smaller little chunks. So after everything is kind of melted together, we end up with this kind of nice oil beeswax mixture. Next thing we have to do is just add our powders in. So again, this is a mixture of our cornstarch and our magnesium hydroxide, and we're just gonna add it spoonful by spoonful, just a few spoonfuls at a time. And initially, it's not gonna look like it's mixing very well, but you just keep stirring and eventually it will dissolve. And essentially, that's all we need to do here. Just dissolve everything so that we get this kind of creamy, milky paste. And speaking of homemade, this is going to be a little bit messy. As you can see, I just spilled some of the deodorant into the water, which is completely fine. The real thing we want to avoid is actually having the water go into the deodorant mixture. Doing that will cause the water to kind of seize up everything, and basically that will mean that we'll have a really kind of nasty, gritty texture that won't work. So just make sure that no water gets into our mixture, and just be careful because there is a little bit of steam coming off of that water. You really don't want to burn yourself. So essentially we're just going to keep adding things spoonful by spoonful. Once everything's dissolved, essentially we have an unscented deodorant, which is pretty crazy. So if you actually are going for an unscented deodorant, this is where you would stop. Essentially, you can just put this into your mold and voila, you have your deodorant. However, I'm actually going for a scented version. So I was kind of trying to go for something that had kind of the scent profile of Aesop. Their main scent is a mixture of cedarwood, grapefruit, and frankincense. Essentially, this is going to create something that's kind of more of a cedarwood, woody deodorant smell. Now, one thing that's interesting is that the units for this are drops. Thankfully, these types of essential oils have this kind of stopper that really only kind of lets some small amount of liquid out, and this is typically how they are measured. But I'm going to provide a few of the recipes just directly down in the description so that you can be able to make your own, and I can also say which ones were successful. The one that I made previously was a mixture of mint, eucalyptus, and tea tree oil, which I thought was actually really nice. So I'll put the recipe for that one down in the description below. Now, I was playing around for quite a while, and during that time, you can see that the entire deodorant kind of started to re-solidify. So if that happens to you, it's not a big deal. You just need to pop this thing back into your warm water and just kind of reheat that up. And you can see that after doing this for about a minute, it went back to being very viscous and liquid. And you just basically pour this directly into your deodorant dispenser, and voila, that's our deodorant. And so we're basically going to let this sit and solidify. One last thing as well is when you have your deodorant, one thing you really want to do is kind of tap it. And what you're going to notice is that actually there are air bubbles coming up from the tapping. So if you look at the top of the surface there, you can see a bubble come up every once in a while. Once everything looks nice and good, you just basically can cap this, and you can let this chill overnight, as I did. Or if you're kind of in a hurry and you want to see the results quicker, you can put this in the fridge and let it kind of solidify that way. At the end of the day, that's it. Now, unfortunately, there's no real way to do a taste test for this, so I can't really demonstrate how it turned out. But you can trust me that I really like these deodorants, and I will probably continue to use them until somebody says that I smell. But you know, that could happen at any point. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know this is a little bit of a departure from my regular types of content, but you know, frankly, I think I kind of want to do more weird stuff. So if you have any ideas for things I should make that are outside of food, or if you have any food ideas, drop them in the comments down below. And I really appreciate you watching the video all the way through. And yeah,